Hey guys, I thought I'd do this. I thought I'd make a quick video to retell this story that's now starting to circulate around the internet, and people are calling me and asking me to tell them the story. They're hearing it secondhand. Thought I'd do it this way. That way, when I get any more requests, I could just send a link to the video, send you the video. So, I'm the CEO company of a technology. I'm the CEO of a technology company. We make mobile phone apps and communication products. And a friend of mine is the CEO of a life science and nutritional company. We met a couple of years ago through a mutual friend. And over the course of that first year, I really got to know each other well. We built a good relationship. I became a big fan of what they were doing in the areas of whole foods and nutrition and that type of thing. I have a pretty athletic lifestyle. And about a year ago, we met around making a joint venture around our technology. And during this meeting, towards the end of this meeting, he asked, at the end of that meeting, he asked, what did we have across the horizon in terms of mobile apps or technologies that we thought was cool, and we told him. And then I asked him the same question, well, what are you guys working on? And he actually said, to my surprise, we have something in the lab that we're very, very excited about, and we don't really know what we're going to do with it, how to market it, because it does so many interesting things to the body. So that intrigued me. Now, this is a company that's they're zealots about organic whole foods, and they have all these third-party certifications that around their purity. So I didn't know what the product would do, but I knew it would at least be safe or healthy. So I said, you know what? Sign me up. I'd love to be a guinea pig. I'd love to be in your beta test group or your people that test this product out. Plus, I'd never been involved in anything like that. So he said, okay. And so, a couple of weeks go by and stuff, and this box of liquid, these little drinks show up in the mail. And I call him up and say, hey, I got this stuff. It didn't even have a label. It just had a little bottle with a little sticky on the side with a formula written on the bottle. And I asked him, well, how do I take it? He says, well, experiment. One day maybe take it before your workout. Maybe one day take it after. Maybe one day take it before and after. Just kind of tell us what you think. Now, I know them for sports nutrition and recovery and things like that, so I thought that's what I would be testing for. So I took it before my workout, had a good workout, but I always have good workouts for the most part. So I didn't, nothing to jump up and down about there, at least that I noticed. But what I did notice on that first day was at the end of my day, this was like 6, 7 hours later, I noticed that all day I'd been in such a great mood. I'd been just a really good day at work, really clear, really good, awake. And I wondered, was this some type of benefit of whatever this formula was? So I called him up and tried to ask him that there was a cognitive component to this formula. I didn't get him. It takes him a while to get back to me. But on the second day of taking the product, I knew something was up, man. I'm jogging to the gym. I'm on my way. I'm making up songs in my head. I'm writing poems in my head. I'm thinking about all these different things. I'm just obviously something is going on. And I'm texting him, I'm calling him, hey, man, is there a focus? Is there anything in this product that has to do with focus or that type of thing, brain stuff? Still didn't get him back. Even throughout the course of the day, one of my employees came. We were working on a project, made the comment that, man, you've really been in the zone for the last couple of days. What's going on? You seem to be in a really good mood, and you just seem to be in the zone, is what he called it. So now I'm realizing that he didn't even know I was testing this stuff. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, something's up. There's something to whatever this is. So I finally get him on the phone, and I asked him, and he laughs. He says, yeah, well, there is some stuff in there to enhance focus, and they're realizing that athletically, it helps you with reaction time and stuff like that. But cognitively, it helps with just clarity and focus and that type of thing. And I'm like, man, I don't know how you guys are planning on bringing this product to market, but I would focus on that. I would market it that way, because this stuff is, I'm the type of person that I don't usually feel an effect from nutritional supplements because I take them all the time. Even caffeine, I'm kind of tolerant to caffeine because I take caffeine. I drink coffee, and it's coffee before I work out and things like that. But this was something different. It wasn't like a caffeine buzz or an energy buzz. It was something different, and I liked it. The fast forward, that's part of the story. The next part of the story is about a month or so, maybe a month and a half later, we were talking about our joint venture, the technology stuff. And I said, well, hey, how's that product coming along? And he said, well, we actually realized that what we sent you from the lab was half the dosage. So we're going to send you another batch. And I was like, really? So he sent me another batch, and same thing, just bam, I'm in this zone, according to what my guys told me. But I definitely feel that clarity, that whole thing. And this time, the odd comment that was made, and was I was out, I went to meet some friends after work, And they said, one of the friends pulled me aside and said, "Hey, man, kind of what's up with you?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, we know you're not a shy guy and not afraid, but we know that you tend to stay to yourself socially. We hang out with you. We see you, once a week, and you kind of just tend to talk to us and kind of stay yourself. But I've been watching you, and in the last half an hour, you started conversations, and with all these people in the restaurant, you've literally talked to everybody in this immediate part of the restaurant. And it dawned on me that I had actually done that, and I hadn't realized that I had. And then I started to tell him, well, maybe it's just because I'm in a good mood. I feel really creative, and, I don't know. And then I started to tell him that I was trying this stuff. And he said, "You mean like Limitless, like the movie Limitless?" And I was like, "Yeah, now obviously that's a movie and it was over the top, but that's kind of similar to what's going on." And this guy was like, "Man, I want to try it." And I was like, he asked me if I had any more. I'm like, "No, I'm down to like the last couple of bottles." He said, I'll give you $50 for one of those bottles. Of course, I didn't let him do that. But I did call the company back and I told them, "Man, you guys definitely have something. You're onto something good. I don't know how you're going to market it, but that's a great way, it seems to me, to market." And they said, he laughed and says, "Everybody that's tested it has had a similar type of response, about the cognitive, the alertness, the creativity, and everybody's describing it in a different way." And then I tried to, for almost 8 months, I tried to take the product, right? Because we have Salesforce distribution, and I was trying to say, because he hadn't determined how he was going to take that product to market, I was going to try to let him have our company take it to market. I was unsuccessful in doing that, but we have broadened our partnership to, in such a way that we can help. So now I'm excited to see what's going to happen when this product actually hits the market. It's just now starting right now. It's actually marketed. They decided to target it towards agility, both mental agility and physical agility, because they said, as excited as I am about the limitless kite thing, right, the mind stuff, he said it does just as many things to the body, especially for athletes that are trying to increase reaction time and recovery, and it has to do with cellular energy and stuff like that. So that's that story. It's funny because the people that saw me during that week, they call that Earl on Limitless Week, because they saw me and they said it was just in a different place, and it was funny for them to watch. So all of those people can't wait to try it and see what happens. But that's the story, guys. So now that this product is coming to market, and I'm telling everybody that, hey, I saw this thing coming a year and a half ago. The story's starting to be told, but every now and then I wants to hear this story, and they keep going back to this whole Limitless thing, which is now a pretty cool TV show. Not quite like the movie, but that's probably the closest analogy I can come up with to you feel different. It's not like caffeine or energy. But I was in a very, very, very good place, creative. Tons of things were created, and both in and off of work. I mean, I did a lot of cool things creatively, and it's just going to be interesting to see what the future of this product and these types of sciences are. And I'm a fitness/performance geek, so this was right up my alley. And I was just surprised because nothing surprises me or blows my socks off like this did. And now I get to see what happened when it comes to market. So that's the story so far. But now that it's coming to market, to be continued.